Commanders, Pro-TaH-Zzioh back with another video, and this time we're featuring a 2v2 battle. So it's gonna be myself and Ganjikash against Elbow 1988 and Nuke 78. So let's jump straight into the battle. So we'll be fighting in the map Coast of Claws. So I'll be positioned right in the middle near the enemy blue player's base, and Ganjikash would be on the southern part of the map. So standard opening for both of us. 3 barracks, power plant, 3 supply centers, a vehicle factory, and upgrade to HQ2. So a little contest here. We're trying to get that container right in the middle, so we'll be able to successfully get that. I won't be able to get that much containers here, given that the map is really small, and most of the containers would be underwater. As you can see here, enemy already has a shipyard near my shore, but I went ahead and placed a naval platform there as well. So my platform was able to take out that delta, and we'll also take out this next delta, and we'll also take out that shipyard. Enemy player was smart to put down a rocket tower next to his shoreline to contest that platform, as well as the sniper tower that I placed down. So rocket tower was able to destroy both defensive buildings and is also attacking my power plant. As you can see, I built my shipyard here on the left side in order to get a Cayman and collect with whatever containers I can in this area. So enemy green player went straight to the south to scout my partner's base, and as we can see here, blue player is also putting an additional platform in order to defend his naval area. I'm also placing another platform on the left side so that I'll be protected myself. So my partner here places a dragonfly in my base to help me defend against that delta. So they're gonna go one-on-one. Let's see who dies. Okay, almost, but both units back away at the last second. So another dragonfly that's full health, but blue player already has a couple of air defenses to fend against those dragonflies. So my partner here has a hidden scout there to stand by and collect that big container, but there was a fortress there at that time, so he was not able to collect it. Blue player already has a Viking and another rocket tower near my base, and green player here has a couple of vertexes that are attacking my partner's airfield. So green player was pretty fast with that vertex. It's just correct that he went Avia, since he's at the far corner of the map, so that he'll be able to immediately either attack and harass our bases or help his partner defend. And as we can see, there's no anti-air at the moment, so those vertexes were able to freely attack my partner. As you can see, blue player is keeping the pressure on my base with that single Viking, and I only have one dragonfly and one mammoth to attack that Viking. So vertexes go in and try to snipe my mammoths. So I have a secondary mammoth there, which gets killed by the vertex. So another sweep. Now there are 3 vertex, and they just destroyed another mammoth. Alligators and my air defenses are trying to chip away at the HP of those vertexes, but we're not able to take down any of them. Viking here, low on health, is gonna be retreating. So he's gonna put that Viking in there, but the hawk, or my partner's hawk, killed it. So another Viking here, full health, but now I have a couple of dragonflies attacking it. I also have another mammoth to damage or attack that Viking. So Vertex here annoying me constantly and destroys those dragonflies. But I still managed to destroy one of those Vertex, so that's gonna be at least a fair trade. Nothing's fair with the Viking since it's wreaking havoc in my base, destroying a few buildings, and now will die from my partner's air support. So we still continue the constant battle here with the defenses, and as we can see, blue player is already advancing his base so that they'll be able to get a pretty good foothold on the middle of the map. So Mammoth here is pressuring the enemy blue player. I mistakenly put down a building in there, but looks like the gold defense boost of the blue player already expired and he didn't renew it, so my supply center would survive. I still continue to produce porcupines and mammoths to defend my base, and as well as put pressure on the enemy blue player so that he's not gonna be able to freely move out. So as we can see, they're blocking the entrance to their base to ensure that they'll be able to camp easily. As we can see, my partner here is already going HQ5 while I'm still on HQ3, trying to fend off against these two players who's been constantly harassing and applying pressure to my base. As we can see, I'm also trying to deal some damage to the blue player's base. I have a Barracuda that's shooting away at those torpedo platforms from afar, and I have a couple of alligators to protect it. So looks like the tension is going loose in the base race. My partner is asking to have that area scouted for any Vikings, but I don't think there's gonna be any Vikings anytime soon. There can be, but that area is pretty much protected since that's a choke point. So we do see a Viking that's gonna collect that big container and a few Vertex that will try to attack or just destroyed that Barracuda. So I have a couple more Barracudas coming up that's gonna continue pressuring the naval area of my neighbor. As we can see, the Mammoth was able to move up as well and is now chipping away at those torpedo platforms. As we can see, Barracuda is positioned again to continue attacking those torpedo platforms. So enemy is showing his Viking as well. He may be planning to move in, but I have a couple of alligators that are ready to intercept them. So slowly, my units are chipping away at the enemy blue player's base, but the green player keeps on sniping my units. So green player is providing steady support to the blue player so that he's not gonna be too much pressured with the slow advances of my units. So my partner there scouts with his hawks, but loses a few of them, and now has a JCP army that's gonna position themselves here in the choke point. And as we can see, Poseidon is already out and is currently attacking my mammoths. So this is gonna be a pretty hard battle, given that it's pretty hard to move in this area. If I move up with my naval units, they get destroyed by the torpedo platforms. If I put more mammoths, it's gonna be destroyed by the Poseidon. So I'm barely hanging on a thread here. on whatever I should be doing in order to at the same time defend my base and still be able to apply pressure on the blue player so that he's gonna waste his resources. So another snipe from the green player takes out my Barracuda, while that Poseidon is able to chip away at my buildings. So given that the blue and the green player is mainly focused on my slow advances, they were not able to spot that nuclear silo or that nuclear missile launcher from my partner. So this was actually planned. We have talked about him rushing into a nuclear missile since the map is really hard, or there's really not much space to move into and maneuver a JCP army properly, given that both approaches on the middle and the east side of the map is a choke point. And it made it harder given that the blue player advanced the construction of his base and is now covering the middle as well. So green player tries to scout here and sees that there's a JCP army. So my partner activates his fog so that his vehicles would not get destroyed by those vertexes. So we still have a single Poseidon trying to wreak havoc here on my base, but looks like he's now falling into the pressure that I've been applying and maneuvers his Poseidon away from my mammoths. So I'll be able to put down another naval platform in that area so that I'll have additional defenses. And as we can see, my partner already is launching the nuclear missile while I'm still on HQ3, trying to get the attention of both players. He dropped it here specifically given that this is where the enemy units are. As you can see, after the nuke drops, he comes in with his JCP army and will be cleaning up the green player given that they lost their majority of their land units. So blue player tries to move in with only 2 Vikings and a Poseidon, supporting the Vikings from afar, but the Vikings easily fall against 4 alligators and 2 naval platforms. So green player has Thors and a few Vertex, but does not have any land units to defend against the JCP army, especially now that he missed the Thor bombing run. So a couple more Vikings show up, but now that I have a platform on the right side of my shore, the Viking would easily be choked out. So it's not going to be able to maneuver and will get destroyed by the platforms. So as we can see, my partner here has already positioned his vehicles nicely at the end of the enemy base where the airfields are, and will be primarily focusing the attack on those airfields. So I thought this was a bombing run, that's why I activated the gold anti-air, but basically the enemy warplanes just doesn't have an airfield to sit into anymore. So blue player still tries to get a Viking out and push my alligators away, but 1 Viking versus 3 alligators is not gonna be a pretty good matchup. So as you can see, my partner is already cleaning up the green player's base, and the blue player struggles to help him out given that I'm still applying pressure to his base with the Barracuda and the Mammoths. So those are actually 2 of the units that are least used in the game right now. and if you can just position them correctly or properly, as you can see, it's gonna bear fruit to the attacks. So it's really applying pressure to the blue player now, given that his partner just got knocked out. And as we can see, another nuclear missile is gonna drop in here, right in the heart of his base. Boom! Right in the feels. So my partner now has another GCP army that's ready to move in and conquer those walls. So I still try to produce more mammoths to attack the enemy from the safety of my base, and the blue player also produced another Poseidon to take out that naval platform, since he's trying to secure that area again. He did successfully destroy my naval platform at the cost of his own Poseidon, so that Poseidon got destroyed by those mammoths. So basically we're just doing contracts at this time, given that the green player has already been knocked out, and the blue player has no way of coming back from the current situation that he's in right now. So it's all about positioning, keeping calm, and thinking, communicating with your partner on what needs to be done in order to come out or come on top with a victory. So let's cut it here, given that we're just gonna be doing contracts at this time.
Victory.
So in sticky situations like those, just keep calm, communicate with your partner, and you'll be able to make it through. So again, congratulations on making it to the end of the video. Hope you leave a like and subscribe for more Art of War 3 content. Good luck on the battlefield.